the way it's going to get called, I guess.
You just have to adjust to that, or what do you do as a coach?
I don't know. I wish I had an answer. I don't have one. I understand what they're trying to do. Consistency would help. You know, so it's called, everything is called the same all the time, which, and they're trying to feel their way through it just like we are, I guess, because they have never called a game that way before either. So it is what it is.
Obviously, tech shots 60% in the second half, and started off the second half really high. What was the difference? Anything different about your defense first half versus second half?
Well, we screwed the game up in the first half. I got a whole bunch of freshmen that don't understand how hard you have to play all the time. And so we got up 16, and we stopped guarding. And when you stop guarding, people take advantage of you. I mean, they're good players, obviously, or they wouldn't be here. And I've told them, I just told those guys on the radio, it's like your kids. You try to do the best job you possibly can at telling your kids what's going to happen, and most of the time they don't listen either, because you've already been through it. So you try and say, don't make the same mistakes I made, and they just go make the same mistakes that their parents made, because I guess that's what it is. I've told them and told them and told them and told them and told them that you can't take plays off, and we continually take plays off. We continually come out of a stance. We continually stand up. We continually don't get back and fortify the three-point line. And then on top of that, we missed about 106 layups, I think.
Lack of effort, not lack of effort, but not playing hard enough time, does that contribute to the missed shots at the rim?
No, it's the first time we've played against guys that block shots. We don't have any, so they don't ever see it in practice. So.
You think that losing will be a good teacher for this group? Will that?
I think we've put ourselves in a big hole. Have you looked at our schedule? It's pretty hard. We're going to have to win some games that people don't think we can win. I could lie to you, but I'm not very good at it.
I appreciate that.
Aaron talked about how tough everything was for him today, and it looked like a lot of times you guys were rallying around him and trying to get him focused to keep on going, because you obviously need it. What do you do with a guy who's struggling that much?
Well, Aaron had a horrible game for Aaron, and that happens though. I mean, we've got to be able to overcome Aaron having a bad game. We've got to be able to overcome Jawan State and having a bad game. But we can't have Aaron have a bad game and Kevin Noreen have a bad game. And, I tried to play Terry, which I shouldn't have. I put him in a bad spot. You can't not play for a week and a half and come out and think you're going to pick up where you left off. It's not that kind of game. So I was looking down there. I'm out of bodies. The frustrating thing, Justin, is I can't make adjustments because I can't get five guys to understand. I can't do it on the fly. It has to be after a timeout. And then there's times that we don't even do it after a timeout, and because they don't know, and we're pretty vanilla right now. I mean, we haven't put a lot of stuff in because what's the use of putting stuff in when we can't do what we've been trying to do? But again, I mean, you can't let people shoot 60% win. But even in spite of that, if we make 50% of our layups, we win the game. We missed 7, 9 free throws the second half. We should be an 80% shooting free throw team because our guys that attack the rim are normally very good free throw shooters. Aaron's been a very good free throw shooter Lonnie's been a good free throw shooter. Gary's been a good free throw shooter. And they missed him today. You know, when you got freshmen that just don't know what they're doing. And as much as you try to explain to them and tell them, they've been the best player on their team, so they've just been able to take the ball and do what they wanted to do with it. You know, Nate takes a shot with 5 seconds to go. We're down by 3. Why? Pass the ball. You didn't have it. It didn't work. But and again, you know, the shot that Remy got was after a timeout, which I could make a set where I was pretty sure we could get a good look at it. Now on the fly, I have no timeouts left. That was about the best we could hope for. And, you know, but 5 seconds to go, probably drive it and pitch it to somebody else for a better look, because that ball had no chance. And then I screwed up. I tried to run a pick and pop for Remy, and we've never done it with him, and he couldn't get his feet down.
Your use of Nathan tonight.
Nate got himself in foul trouble. Nate, and I'd say Nate did get himself in foul trouble because Nate wasn't in the stands. So he's going to get in foul trouble. Nate will learn. Nate wants to be a good player. He'll learn. But, you know, Mitch, that's what I'm telling you. You know, I tell them and tell them and tell them and tell them and tell them, and I guess until they experience it, they don't understand it. And I've even told them, you know, we lost the Oklahoma game in Charleston, and Dave wouldn't mind me saying this, because Deshaun Butler took 2 plays off, and this guy scored 5 points. We had the game won. He took play. You know, that's when you play harder. You know, and to Dave's credit, you know, Dave became a great player because he listened, and I think that really did hit home with him, that I can't do this. You know, I've got to play the whole play. You get tired, say I'm tired, come out. Call time out. Don't stand up. And then we stood up, and then they drove it at us, and when you're standing up, you're going to foul. The way it's called today, you're going to foul. So you have to get in the stance.
Coach, you talked a number of times about how this team's chemistry attitude is better. When you talk about some of these setbacks and mistakes, do you feel better about, I guess, correcting them or working with them on these mistakes?
Listen, we're going to get better and better and better as the season goes along. They're good kids. They're good kids. They're coachable. You know, they just don't. They don't understand how hard you have to play for how long you have to play hard. They just don't understand that. And at the same time, we can't continually miss layups. I mean, their run came because we missed layups and free throws and wide open shots. We didn't force stuff. It wasn't, you know. And then we were trying to speed them up a little bit in the second half, and then we got sped up and threw it away twice. I mean, how do you throw it away twice when you're trying to, you know, come back? And it was just careless stuff. It wasn't. That's what we've got to do. We've got to cut out all the careless stuff. Kevin Noreen, I love to death. I mean, I love him. He is a wonderful guy. He can't throw the ball away 4 times. I mean, he can't. And they were horrible passes. They weren't passes. They were throws. He can't do that. He knows that. You know, those are the kind of things that we got to fix. And we fix those, we'd have won this game. But as I tell you all the time, you have to be really dumb to have to lose to learn. Why can't we win and learn?
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.